I am and always have been a Titanfall 2 fanatic, and it's been a rough few years for the game to say the least. From the bombardment of DDoSing and hacking, lack of development and publisher support, cancellation of Titanfall 3, and the mockery cash grab that is Apex Legends. But finally, the game is back on its feet. And yes, we did have North Star, but that was just Titanfall 2 on life support. Now it is finally out of the hospital and ready to play. So, what better time to make some Titanfall 2 content than now? Since I'm not a gaming channel, it would feel kind of random and disingenuous just to post gameplay, but I am a weapon designer and concept artist, so why not do a Titanfall 2 weapons tier list? That way the gamers and the artists can enjoy it. So, let's get into it. Okay, so I'm going to judge weapons based on two categories, design and gameplay, to allow for more equal rank. Now, before we start, I will try to be unbiased and fair. Just kidding, I am going to be completely opinionated and one-sided. So you best believe all you devotion and tone players, you know who you are gonna get an F rank where you truly belong. If anything, you should get a Z rank. Okay, so the R201 carbine. The R201 honestly is nothing special in gameplay or design. It's just a solid all-rounder, but it is aimed at new players, so with the low learning curve is appreciated, which gives it a B tier rank. The R101 carbine. The R101 or R201 with a scope. This shouldn't be a gun, it is just an attachment, so C rank. The Hemlock BFR. Now this gun has a clean and compact design, and man is it rare to see someone rocking the Hemlock. However, the burst fire doesn't fit well with TF2's fast-paced movement, so for that we shall rank it B tier. G2A5. The G2 is such a solid gun. If it was not for the G2 or G7, I would have never even tried Apex Legends. However, the G7 falls short of the G2. It's not very unique looking and overall front heavied, but the combination of damage and fire rate makes it absolutely overpowered, so an A tier. S tier if it didn't hinder a player's movement. V47 Flatline. Titanfall's take on the AK-47, with its clean design, and man, I love it when guns incorporate wood into the design. As for gameplay, it's a bit bumpy and unyielding, which does help to balance the high damage output, which keeps it comfortably in B tier. The car. The gun itself is great, if not a bit broken, however the player base brings it down. The countless times I have been spawn camped by the sweatiest boosted card user, and for that unsavory experience, it lands in D tier. Alternator. The Alternator. I absolutely love its compact design and how it fits perfectly into a pilot's hand. It seems like an awesome piece of equipment to own. It thrives in fast-paced movement, and controlling the small amount of recoil keeps you engaged, so easily an A tier weapon. Volt. The electric car, so C tier. The only reason it's even getting a rank is because it has cool looks and I like electric weapons. R97. The R97 is probably the closest you'd get to a Vector in Titanfall 2, but other than its fire rate, nothing else really stands out about this gun. I think it just lives in the shadow of the car, but because it's not broken or abused, I'll put it in C tier. Spitfire. Gross. Just gross. Please, I am asking all Gen 100 Spitfire users, why do you use it? Is it overpowered, hinders movement, and is generic LMG design, so the quickest E tier or F tier if the list went that low? Gotta wash my hands after just saying its name. Ulsar. The Ulsar screams Titanfall, with its interesting looks as a mini form factor LMG and unique gameplay. I just live off the hipfire, and the pure joy of never having to reload keeps my movements fluid and crisp. The crazy bullet delay in a fast-paced movement game helps balance the damage output, so A tier. Actually no, it is so damn fun, let's give it an S tier. X55 Devotion. E tier. Next. Longbow DMR. If you like DMRs, you will not be disappointed with the longbow. However, because it does only slightly more damage than the G2, with greatly less mobility and mag size, I just don't see the practical reason for choosing the DMR. Added with its standard looks, I will put it in a low B tier. D2 Double Take. The Double Take, another one of those guns that just screams Titanfall. This gun's design, from the built-in scope to the charge mechanic, just looks and sounds awesome. Easily an S tier weapon for aesthetics. However, as a sniper, you do need a charged headshot to kill, which makes it difficult to use while moving, almost encouraging camping. So for that reason, I think I'll drop it down to A tier. The Kraber AP Sniper. The Kraber, the magnum opus of Titanfall.
It was perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details.
I can just imagine the pitch meeting for this gun. Let's make a sniper that has worse drop off than a bow, only has 4 bullets and makes the loudest sound possible, and throw it into a fast-paced parkour game. But the catch is, it will one-tap no matter what. The feet, the head, it does not matter. The Kraber is my reason to play Titanfall. Even with its chunky design and big scope, it manages to not hinder your movement whatsoever. You can seamlessly chain kills together while performing the most eloquent parkour imaginable. This gun is a veteran's best friend with its limitless potential and endless learning curve, the quickest S tier in the West. EVA 8 Auto. What can I say? The EVA is a shotgun, and who doesn't hate shotguns? In any FPS, this gun encourages corner camping and objective camping. Accompanied by its generic drum barrel design, it gets a D tier. The Mastiff. Now, I'm no friend to shotguns, but the Mastiff is Titanfall 2's take, or let's say unique take, on the matter. The pure beauty of watching that fire sweep like a broom makes up for it being a shotgun, though it's rather difficult to use and somewhat underwhelming on its power, and for that reason it gets a B tier. Sidewinder SMR. Sidewinder. Now that's a name that fits the people who use it. I will never touch the Grenadier class, however its design is pretty interesting, so for that it goes into a D tier. EPG-1, for those EPG users out there, you are the ones ruining the game for everyone else. Easy E tier. R6P Softball.
I think we all know where this is going, so let's just skip to the end.
The Softball, another bad name for a bad gun, E tier. EM4 Cold War, the Cold War, and just like that boring war, this gun's only exciting part is its design, looking like a hybrid of a railgun and a scout rifle, so for its looks, it can get a D tier. Wingman Elite. The Wingman Elite. Take a sniper and add a little bit of spice.
Let me add a little bit of spice.
This revolver is a cold hard piece of steel on the outside, packed with pure unbridled joy on the inside. The power rush of being able to one-tap pilots with a high caliber revolver is absolutely amazing. So great design and high skill ceiling, another easy S tier. SA3 Mozambique. The Mozambique, if it was still a broken one-tapping secondary, it would be an S tier, but choosing it as a primary just doesn't make much sense other than flexing, so I'll put it in A tier for the memory and its sick triple barrel design. RE45 Auto. The RE45 will constantly leave you wanting more ammo or more damage, and with secondaries often being your only chance for survival, in tough situations this pistol will always let you down, so C tier. Hammond P2016. The P20 is what you want in a secondary. Strong and reliable. I feel it's actually possible to kill pilots with this gun. Its semi-auto fire makes it a great choice for close quarters and long-range duels. Easily my favorite secondary, so A tier. B3 Wingman. The regular Wingman is left in the shadow by its brother, the Elite. The fact that it only has slightly more damage than the P20 but far less ammo and speed just doesn't make it a viable option as a secondary, which lands it in D tier. Charge Rifle. The only positives of the Charge Rifle is that it can actually kill a pilot, however most people run it without the charge hack, myself included, which destroys its one-tapping capabilities, so C tier. MLG Mag Launcher. The Mag Launcher is the Grenadier of anti-Titan guns. This gun is annoying to use and worse to play against, E tier. LG97 Thunderbolt. good old God of Thunder. The Thunderbolt is great due to the fact that you can maintain high movement speed while damaging Titans. Its damage is a bit low, but its cartoony and humongous design looks awesome, so I think low A tier or high B tier. Archer. Lastly, the Archer. If you hate Titans and want them to live in constant fear of every doorway, bush and window, this gun is great for you. The fact that you can doom a North Star in 3 shots is absolutely savage. The only issue is the lock-on time, which encourages camping and a much slower gameplay style, so that drags it down a bit to B tier. And there we have it, my absolutely biased tier list on Titanfall 2 weapons. Now, all that's left is to pray that we get a Titanfall 3, and God help us that it's not a battle royale. I know this kind of video strays a bit from my usual content, so whether you liked it, or perhaps maybe you hated it, please let me know down in the comments. And as always, thanks for watching.